Hey everybody, welcome to Sketchless. This is our first OC Redraw video. I'm Adam, here with Sydney.
Hello.
Hey. Alright, so you haven't seen this yet, but I'm going to show you my man's, his name is iCuppo, he's on DeviantArt.
Yeah.
This is his original work right here. This is his OC, this mechanic chick, kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
He's got a sweet wrench as a weapon. And he drew a bunch of other like concepts on the right hand side of like different clothing options. I went with the original, kept it simple.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna show you that starting now. Okay. Now this I try to keep it cutesy. You know, I don't know if I succeeded in that.
No.
And so and I went with like an exaggerated foreshortening. I tried to make it look goofy, but shortened and kind of gave her a little bit of personality. Now, in the original, I felt like his colors were a little bit muted.
I agree with that.
So, whenever I get to that part, coloring, I tried to brighten it up a little bit. And that's one of my tips to the original artist, is to, you know, change your color palette a little bit. Add some pinks in there, some blues. Well, it has blues in it, but like the skin tone seems a little bit. It seems muddy.
Yes, it
you know?
does. I
It's
agree.
like he's shaded with black.
And that's what causes it to become muddy.
Yeah.
Shading with a purple or dark blue usually helps.
Yeah, for sure. It'll just brighten up your picture, and it's just you don't shade with black unless you're shading a white color. You know, you use the complement of that color, and that usually helps a lot. Now, his character had some sweet shoulder pads and like what is it called, corset?
Yep.
Yeah. And I ended up expanding on that a little bit, and made it a little bit more complex. Added like a back, like a spine thing to it. It reminded me of the Dead Space armor a little bit.
I've never played Dead Space, so.
But he has like almost bands of armor going down his arm and like his chest and stuff, and that's kind of how the suit looks. And it kind of reminded me of that, the way I drew it.
Well,
not sure if that's good or not.
like with the original, like I can see like there's only 2 plates.
Yeah.
Where you would need more, kind of like where you have it, for her to like kind of move.
Because
with the with the original one, it seems like she can only like move a little bit forward, and that's it. But with yours, I see like multiple layers of like stuff like that, and she's able to bend forward.
Yeah. Also, I would like, if I was the original artist, I'm just going off the main concept one, because on the other drawings, it doesn't seem like too many of them have like that armor piece in the middle, but there's a spike right underneath like the boobs and stuff.
Yes.
I feel like if she bent forward, that thing would stab her. So I don't know, like when I design characters, I like to design their suits like more functional.
Yep, like Smile.
Yeah, like Smile. We don't talk about that anymore.
No.
It's dead. It's not dead, but you know, the channel's not called. But yeah, like in Smile, I tried to make their suits functional and still look cool, and I just felt like that spike kind of would get in the way, right?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe flattening that out or something, or maybe opening it up kind of on the ribs and exposing more of the stomach or something. I don't know, but I just feel like that spike is kind of in the way.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing the wrench. Check out this wrench. Like
Yeah.
you saw me fidgeting with this wrench.
Yes.
And you were asking what I was doing.
I hear. I'm like, what are you doing? He says, looking at a reference, and I see he's holding a wrench. I'm like, well, okay.
I tried to go for a more realistic wrench. His wrench had spikes on it and stuff.
Yeah, I see you didn't like those.
Yeah. I was going to.
Lazy.
But yeah, I got lazy. And so I went with the original wrench kind of look. And I added some like I kind of wanted it to look more like a brass knuckle thing towards where the handle is. Now, I do love the actual idea of a giant wrench. Have you ever seen the movie Super with Rainn Wilson? He's the guy that plays Dwight in The Office.
Have you played Ratchet and Clank?
Oh yeah. That's what well, in the movie, this guy, he becomes like a superhero, quote unquote.
Uh-huh.
Basically, he beats people up with a he beats people to death actually with a monkey wrench. And so it kind of reminded me of that when I was drawing it. But look, see, I actually messed up the eyes at one point. But
I see that you used like a pink tone for the skin and a teal for the hair, which I really like that you can see the contrast between the pink and the blue. You made your colors more vibrant than the original picture because his kind of colors are kind of dull. I think it's because he shaded with black, because even in the hair it's a little bit dull. Yeah. And he has some other pieces on his DeviantArt that they look a little bit cleaner than this one. I think he learned a little bit since this picture was drawn. Of course. But I think they're still shaded with that black. So I think if this guy gets away from that, I think he's in good shape. Oh yeah, of course. Because he's pretty good. like I recommend you guys checking out his stuff. What were you gonna say? I tried shading with a darker color for skin, and it made it look all gross and muddy. But once I started using purples and blues, that's when it started looking really good and like cartoony. Yeah. If you're aiming for the cartoony look. If you're aiming for that, yeah. Now, so yeah, and I highly recommend you guys checking this guy's stuff out. I'll leave a link below to his Facebook, ArtStation, Tumblr, Instagram, and DeviantArt. So go check this guy out. He has some cool stuff. He has like a bunch of like weapons designs and concept art, and I kind of like that about this dude. He has. So I have a thing where when I come up with a character or design, I never go with my first design. I try to redraw the character a bunch of times and change things up till I find something I like, and I think this guy does that. Yeah. He comes up with a ton of ideas. And I think that's good. Yeah, it's awesome. Because I don't do that. I don't ever do that. Yeah. But you don't really come up with too many characters. No, I don't. So you just do a lot of like one-off, like cutesy things. Yeah. And I like it. I think it looks cool, and people will see what you got whenever you do yours. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I really like doing this one. I liked how you did the metal. With all the different shadings, like you could see like a darker variant of gray, and then you see like a lighter kind of gray, and then you show where like you did the highlights of it. Like you did it really well within the core set. I tried to do something a little bit like when we talked about this a little bit ago, but you didn't actually go to you didn't have any art classes except for your senior year in high school. Yeah. So you're self-taught. Yes, I am self-taught. Pretty cool. I'm also self-taught because all my brothers could draw, and I kind of, I guess I didn't want to be the only one. They didn't really teach me, but I taught myself too. But anyways, in high school, they would make you do this exercise with charcoal, and you would have to draw like metal teapots and stuff, and you had to use white and black in order to make these values, and they kind of did that, where it was like this really dark black next to this gray, and then highlighted in between like with these whites, and you had to draw reflections in the metal of like what was actually reflecting off of it. And I didn't draw anything reflecting on it, but I tried to give that illusion that it was metal. I think it looks alright. Yeah, it does look okay. I took some creative liberties. I added some of the green glowy stuff in between like the sections of the armor. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. I also like how you're doing a more vibrant color of blue than it is in the picture, because that looks a little bit more gray than it is blue. Yeah. And I like the contrast of blue and yellow. See, I'm like the color master. I love colors. Yeah. I feel like your color theories is better than mine. I do. Like, I ask you for like help with like picking out colors all the time, because with a lot of my stuff, I tend to do this. Like, I tend to use black and gray for like everything. Yeah. And not shading, but I love black and gray stuff. Yeah. So so I'm not on Paint Sign anymore. I'm on GIMP, which is like a free Photoshop. So if you guys look into that and you guys need some Photoshop action, I recommend GIMP. It's kind of difficult to use at first, but it's free, and if you get a hang of it, you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. But I just made his quick background. I added his name, iCouple, giving this guy some credit. Once again, links in the description below. And here I'll show you the finished piece. So
final. What's your final opinion here?
I like the background against the actual character because you can see the contrast of like these reds and purples and pinks against this like black and pink and blue character.
So, thanks, man. So let's look at the before and after. I added more detail, not so much in like the latex stuff
Yes.
and the boots, but I added it in like the armor, especially the core, but also the shoulder pads. I added 2 separate pieces
Yes, I see
that I thought in functionality they would flex better.
Mm-hmm.
And I added a little bit more of lines to them and whatnot. But I changed those 2 things basically. I kept the goggles on her head,
Yeah.
the welding goggles, pretty much the same. I even kept the same lines because I thought that look was actually pretty clean and sleek looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept the hair messy because the original one had messy hair. So
Yeah,
I think I did a good job.
You did a really good job. I feel like her neck is a little too thin. Like if you look at it like against the shoulders, the neck is a bit thin.
I showed Cameron this, and he said the same exact thing, that the neck was a little thin. And I was like, I kind of want to lurching forward a little bit, but
You could have made it a little thicker, like
You
moving
think-
this line a little more down,
I don't know.
and it could have made it a little bit better.
I disagree. Mainly because I drew it, and like, you know how people, you know how you
super
are.
proud of it,
Yeah, I'm not
and
gonna
you're
agree.
like, there's nothing wrong with this. This is
How
my
dare you.
child.
You're wrong. Yeah. Oh man, can't wait till you have to do this and feel all the pressure of the world upon you.
Oh, I'm
My
totally
couple's
fine.
probably looking at this and is like, God damn it, dude, you should listen about the neck.
I kind of wished you had added the little like teeth right there.
Yeah.
I wish you didn't get lazy.
I should have,
Yeah.
but it didn't. And like, that's
And
my
this
thing.
is why I'm here to push
And
you
that's my
on
thing with-
doing better.
Hey, I tell you that too, Miss. I blend all the layers together at once, so it's hard to fix when you mess something up. Yeah, just give me the death stare. All right, so thanks guys for watching the first episode of OC Redraw. I had a lot of fun doing this. We want to do more, so we might be messaging some more people on DeviantArt, getting their permission to do these.
Yep.
But thank you guys for watching. The next one should be you.
Yeah.
If you don't get caught up doing stuff, then it'll be me. But
No, I'll be doing it
sweet.
like tonight.
Because I can't wait to see it. So thanks for watching Scared Sketchless, guys, on our first episode of OC Redraw. If you like this stuff, stick around. See you guys later.
Bye.